Taron, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Congratulations on Blackbird. It's such an incredible series. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Oh, good.
Yeah. What did it take for you guys as actor, for you and Paul, to create a relationship between Jimmy and Larry?
I think it's a tricky one because the relationship of the two characters is one that becomes incredibly close and fraternal quite quickly, but is also based on lies. So it's complicated because Paul and I had to kind of be at one time very, very close, but also sort of distant as well. But Paul and I spent a lot of time just hanging out, having fun. He's a great fun guy and a really kind of joyous person to be around, which is so at odds with the character he depicts in this, who's so full of darkness. But yeah, I think the big thing that was required of us to perform those roles is just to not be in any way kind of precious or timid about the fact that it is just really dark stuff. And for Paul especially, he really had to inhabit that and connect with it imaginatively, and that's not a nice place to be, I don't think, a lot of the time. But it was great to go on that very dark journey with him. I think he's brilliant in the show.
Yeah, he is. I mean, everybody is. What was it like for you to work with Dennis Lehane, who's such a genius mind of crime and thriller, and when you saw his name attached to this project?
Yeah, I mean, for me, felt like tremendous validation actually, Dennis asking me to do this, because he is such a celebrated, brilliant writer and somebody who has been a part of making, you know, some of my favorite movies, you know, from his original stories. And so it was really, really flattering for him to ask me to do this, particularly because I don't know that I necessarily am the most obvious casting for Jimmy King, you know. One being British and two being probably a kind of, I would say maybe a gentler person than Jimmy is, you know.
But yeah.
Yeah, but I was thrilled to be asked because it's an incredible role. It's such a complex role, and it's the kind of role that you really, certainly that I got into acting for. And it was a joy working with him. He is, you know, he really is the kind of, he's behind everything in this show, really. You know, I mean, you know, it's all him. But I was very, very pleased to go on the ride with him.
After wrapping such an intense and dark role, do you ever feel the need to be on your own, or just to go back home, take a breath, just, you know, move on?
No, for sure. You know, I think it's good to go and do something to kind of cleanse the air a little bit, particularly after a show like this. It's not always, you know, it doesn't, if you're doing something which is lighter and more fun and maybe more family friendly, that's, you know, that's great. That can feel like a tonic in itself. But with something like this, for sure, there's definitely a sense of needing to go home and reconnect and be with family and not, you know, not occupy this very dark world anymore. But I loved it, you know, I wouldn't change it. It was a great creative experience.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Taron. As a former Aberystwyth student, I have to say that I'm living a lot of people's dreams right now. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You went to Aberystwyth?
I studied there.
That is mad. Wow. When were you there?
Sorry?
When were you there?
2019.
And are you based in the US? Are you in the US or London now?
I'm in France. I'm in Paris.
Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah. Hey, nice. Well, good to meet you anyway.
It was great to meet you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks. Cheers. Take care.
Bye. See you soon.